Microphone not working. Hold up. Oh, is it working now? Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. It seems to be working. Goodness. After my blue screen mishap yesterday, I installed some updated drivers for my audio interface and also my graphics drivers, so that's what the event viewer indicated, that it was some kind of driver issue. So hopefully that fixes it, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I want to remind everyone before I get started that Gunforged is available for purchase. It's my first commercial release as a full-time indie developer, so if you want to support my work, that's a great way to do it. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. They teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. I've got a C# course, I've got a GDScript course. This one is the GDScript course. So if you're interested in learning the Godot engine, this is a great way to support me and to kickstart your learning. I also have a new Udemy course in the works for an online multiplayer co-op game in Godot using GDScript as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you hit the notification bell and so you can be notified when that goes live. So lots of stuff going on, I'm very, very busy these days, but that's how it goes. So yeah, check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways you can support me. And let's take a look at what we're doing today. Hello, Real Cruda. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? Hello, iCode Stuff, welcome back. You've really encouraged me to get out of tutorial hell and actually start my care game. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Glad to help. Glad to help. All right, let's see. Where do we leave off? I think we were working on this widget here. What still needs to be done with the widget? That's a good question. So that's looking all right. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I know what I need to do still. So what I need to do still is I still need to show the player, like when I expand this, I need to be able to show the player stats there, like the player health and everything. So yeah, I think that's going to be probably one of the most important things to do. So I'll probably just show a stripped down version of this. Ooh, a marionette, nice. What does that do again? Deal 4 damage per allied minion card. Ooh, very nice. Can I get to another combat? Let's see. I'm just gonna do this real quick and see what this looks like. Can I reorient this in a smarter way? I can. Check this out. Boom. All right, let's go fight these guys. It's actually a very tough villager, so let's see. Oh, I forgot. I have a skeleton that still deals 10,000 damage, so that wasn't much of a challenge at all. Also, that widget is not appearing for the boss fight, so we're gonna have to figure that one out too. Who knew a little UI widget could be so hard? Also, I need to reverse the order of these status containers there. Okay. You're on lesson 18. Very nice. Thank you, Artem. Glad that you seem to be enjoying it so far. Card game. Oh, gotcha. I'm doing amazing today. Thanks. Good. Very, very good. Alrighty. So I need to strip down this version of the widget for when the player expands the drawer. This might be a little bit tricksy. It might be a little bit tricksy. Game UI. Let's see. Combat widget placeholder. Cat is being annoying again. Azir, can you stop? I'm trying to work. Okay, you can sit with me, yes. I'm tired because kids, yeah. Reasonable. I guess what I'll need to do is just create combat widget in here and create this as a placeholder as well. How is this going to look? With your course, I like when you're explaining upfront things, what task we have now, how we go about to resolve it. Makes me trying to predict what we're going to do, why we're doing some particular things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying that. Glad you're enjoying that. I hope there's more of that in the new course as well. The new course is taking quite a while to produce. Like I said, I think the new course is going to be a little bit light on gameplay elements because the main focus of the course is the multiplayer functionality. So probably the game that you're going to have when the course is finished is going to be a little bit bare bones, not have much going for it in terms of game mechanics, but I'll probably do a series of bonus lessons for the course that just flesh out the game mechanics a little bit more, just to show students like how you work inside of the multiplayer framework. But I don't if I were to make the game super in depth mechanically, the course would be like 30 hours. I already have like something like 12 hours of footage rendered and the game is not finished yet. So I want to make it around 16 to 20 hours. So I got to start wrapping up the course, but yeah, probably will include a bunch of bonus content with extra features that are not necessarily core to the multiplayer stuff, but are just bonus content. And by fun stuff, I mean, I got to figure out some actually quite annoying stuff here. Hello, Snup Bill. Yummers, welcome back. Always good to see you. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So this drawer UI, I'm going to need to show this. I don't know. Kind of wondering if I should do... I need to be able to show the player health. Well, let's just see how this goes, I suppose. Combat widget placeholder. Combat widget placeholder. Dot create instance as combat widget. Combat widget dot play in. Oh, I don't need to call play in. Okay. Well, let's just see what this does. Yummers indeed. Good morning, Emerson. Do you think it would be possible to do the same things with C# in your multiplayer course? Yeah, it should be fine. It should be absolutely fine. Okay, so that's working pretty good. think it's okay because you have other courses to build those game mechanics perfect bundle. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I mean, there is some game mechanics, but yeah, the focus of the course is definitely on just the multiplayer functionality. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Cass. I'm new to Godot and your channel. Really like how you explain things. Thanks for that. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so the combat widget here. Change this to 0.5. I actually don't know if this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. Oops. Why is this so hard? Why is this game so hard? Is instance valid? Combat widget. Combat widget dot play out. Combat widget equals null. See what that does. Does that free it? Yeah, it does. Okay. I have a question about AI, not again. I'm a bit torn on it for my daily work. It removes the joy of programming. In Godot, I have a feeling, again, because I'm so new. How do you use it? I use it to do the rote stuff that I don't want to write myself. The stuff that I know how to write that I don't want to write is what I use the AI for. Also, it's good as a rubber duck. Actually, as part of my part-time job that I'm currently doing, software engineering consulting, I've been using the AI programming to help me just quickly analyze certain things. Like just take screenshots of like metrics dashboards or whatever, or I've been running explain queries on databases and then having the AI tell me, like, analyze the highlights for me, which is just like really nice because then I don't need to comb through all that stuff myself. I can just say, give me the highlights of this and point out any issues. So it's pretty cool. AI is very useful for that kind of thing, like rubber duck, interactive rubber ducking, summarizing large bits of information, that kind of stuff. Makes life a lot easier. Hello, Dragon Apple, welcome back. Sometimes I solve my problem by just typing out my prompt to an AI and end up not using it. It's perfect rubber duck. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Rubber duck, interactive tutor, however you want to view it. I think what I want to do actually is, do I have a reference to the game UI in here? I don't think so. Let's see. If I can get a reference, let's do this. And I won't need this placeholder anymore. Okay. Go to the drawer UI, delete that. Okay, that's not working. Oh, I didn't set it up. Run manager. Where's my drawer? Here we go. Game UI. Boom. Still doesn't work? Oh, because the game UI is probably hidden. Shoot. Oh, this is a mess. Oh, goodness. How am I going to do this? Game UI divisible is equal to false. Yeah, so the game UI is going to be invisible. Shoot. All right, I guess I am going to just have to use a placeholder here. It was clever, but that's not going to work. So we'll get rid of this. What I'll have to do instead is just set this margin container value. So what is this? This is, I think it's like 186. No, it's 102. I was way off. So let's see, margin left, 102. That should center it more or less. This just looks awkward to me, but I don't want to draw, another. Oh, that's not even working. I don't want to draw another, what you call it? Like health container thing. Okay, margin container, this can go away. This one, margin left, 102. Mark that as unique name. Gotta make sure that this has ignore on the mouse. Okay. I might make that just slide out instead of fade out. Maybe that will help. Combat widget. So let's do this. Play out. Play fade out. Public async task. Play slide out. I'm not going to make this asynchronous. We'll just do that. In the drawer UI. Actually, maybe I should. Oh, wait. No, let's just do this. Tween.tween callback. Callable.from. Queue free. Play slide out. So in my drawer UI here. This is no longer necessary. Okay. Goodness gracious. For example, I wanted a grid for a build system that the models snap to. I know a proper solution was shader, and I got prompted AI I prompted AI to make a Sims like grid and it made it. I was insanely impressed. Yeah. Yeah, AI is good for that kind of thing. I used it for shaders quite a bit actually for this game. Like the fade out shader that is being applied to everything. That was done by the AI. I did have to go through several rounds of prompting to get it to do what I wanted, but that was mostly just an issue of me trying to specifically write what I was looking for. Okay, I think this will be fine. I just need to hide this and hide the combat as well. So let me do that. Okay, so where is my combat widget? Speed disk. Where is it? What is it called? Update speed. Change to speed disk. Public void force change to speed disk. I don't remember what I'm changing here. Yeah, speed disk and combat disk. So speed disk dot visible equals true. Combat disk dot visible equals false. So in the drawer UI, we're going to change that. Combat widget dot force change to speed disk. So now when I expand this, I should have the speed controls, which makes sense. I should be able to change the speed controls even outside of combat. That doesn't have any negative effect whatsoever. So I can still change these things here. Now I just need to come up with a way of hiding that. I think, yeah, I think, yeah, I can just hide those, I guess. Let's see. Public void hide enemy health. Enemy health globe dot visible equals false. Enemy health label. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Thank you, AI, for making that very nice for me. Combat widget dot hide enemy health. Thank you. Let's see what happens. Oops. It's also not fun. It's kind of the same problem in game design where players will optimize the fun out of a game. Yeah, I mean, the simple answer is if it's not fun, then don't use it, you know. It might make you, like if I was looking at a spreadsheet, it might make you look less productive on paper, but if you're not enjoying it, then like if you're not getting more enjoyment out of the increased productivity, then don't do it, you know. I'm kind of the person though that like I like just being able to build the game with no barriers. When I have a trouble with game dev is when I have like a really big problem that I need to solve, or like there's a major rework of the UI that I need to do. That's when it's not fun for me. But when game development is fun is when I can just boom, 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 just keep adding features and like basically just breeze through it. But, you know, everyone's different. Hello, Vishal. Welcome. Hello, Neozoid. Firebelly's live after a little mid-break day. Mid-break day. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Hello, Arthur Genius. Welcome back to you. Has anyone tried ranting to the AI? Somewhat. Hello, Cernaldo. I'm well, thank you. Personal Hadi. Welcome. Good to see you. Personally, I would be really careful with personal data in AI software. Yeah, I mean, AI software, there's no privacy whatsoever. So if you're going to give data to the AI, it's best not to have like any super identifiable information. Like when I was talking with I was having the AI analyze some like database outputs and whatnot. I wasn't giving it any information about like what the company name was or what the database tables were called, or I guess it knew what the database tables were called, but it's showing it utilization graphs and everything, but it didn't know like what the AWS account was or anything like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend being a little bit cautious with what you send over the AI. Please add me as an Easter egg, my icon. Not going to do that, but maybe there will be some Easter eggs in the game. We will see. Okay. I really like that enchantment. Turned out pretty good. Oh, look, that's working. Sweet. It looks kind of weird, though, so maybe I will... Shoot, should I draw something as a placeholder in here? Maybe I should draw like a little placeholder. Maybe. I think it depends on your skill level. In my day-to-day work, I can spot problems that AI makes and corrects them. But with the shader, I know vaguely how it works, but maybe it's Bitcoin mining. Yeah, shaders are like, they're very hard. Having the AI look at that. Also, since I've been doing like a little bit of consulting work, the other use for AI is like getting ramped up on new code bases very quickly. So like I went into a code base, I was trying to trace data from a front end call all the way through like a controller to the database. And I basically was just able to ask AI, hey, I'm looking for the place in the code where this database query is being executed. And it just like highlighted all the relevant places. Here's the controller, here's the whatever, here's the so on and so forth. And I was able to just click in and go, oh yeah. And then, you know, there's this company that I'm doing consulting for is not using any ORM for their database connections. So they're just concatenating a bunch of strings together for their queries on the back end. And needless to say, that's very hard to trace, but the AI can piece those queries together very easily by analyzing the code. So I can look at like what the final output string is going to be without even calling the function, which is very nice as well. So there's all kinds of really clever ways to use AI. The game looks good. Thank you, Personal. And you can add Easter eggs and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I will do that for sure. Like my boss said, after firing 45% of the company, you won't be replaced by AI, but by people that use AI. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what in the world am I doing? I don't really like... Skip. Caw! Okay. I don't really like this, but it's fine for now. The major thing I wanted is to show the player health. Because if I don't show the player health here, then there's no way to look at my health outside of a combat situation, which is not useful because I need to know, am I tanky enough to go into a combat situation? But this is feeling great, so I think I'm gonna pause on the combat widget for now. There's definitely some. Oh, you know what? I can't pause on the combat widget. I need two other things. I need the auto resolve button somewhere. So I need to put an auto resolve button in here, but I also need to change the status component. So this status component here, or status container rather, I need to flip these. So status label placeholder. Status label. I wonder if I should use an HFlow container for this. No, a VFlow container. What? Oh, goodness. Change type, VFlow container. And then I can do reverse fill. I think that will work. So before I go and destroy everything, Let me commit what I have. Show player health in drawer. Your background as a programmer in other areas before gaming, right? Yes, yeah. Software engineer. I mean, those things kind of developed in parallel. Like I was doing game development is actually my introduction to software, but the bulk of my experience is in software engineering, not game development. How goes the dev today? It's going well. Thank you for asking. Admittedly, haven't gotten a whole lot done, but it's fun hanging out. I saw you have a course for Godot and C#. Is there any meaningful difference, or is it more which programming language you want to learn? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah, in terms of the technical difference, yeah, it's just about, do you want to learn how to use C# with Godot for whatever reason, because you like C# better, because you're more comfortable with C#, because you like interfaces, abstract classes, that kind of thing. But I would say that there's no benefit really to using C# outside of very specific scenarios. Goodness, I'm having difficulty talking today, which is not good because I have a lot of course content to record today too. Oh goodness. Anyway, let's do a vflow container here. This is going to be a lot easier. Vflow container. What did I have for the H separation? Was it 2? Okay, so let's change this to a vflow container. Okay. In my status container here, what I'm going to do is I've got the status container. Let's do this. Public void flip. And what I'm going to do is status applied. Let's say alignment is equal to box container dot alignment mode dot end. So I think that's one thing that I'm going to want to do, because if I change this alignment to end, maybe not. Oh, maybe I need to change. Oh, the Does this have fill enabled? Is that why it's not working? Ah, horizontal. What in the world? Oh, wait. This status label, yeah, I think I need to make this not fill. Hold on. Container sizing. Let's just do shrink begin. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now I should be able to do this. And what in the heck, man? Why is that not working? That works. The alignment doesn't, though. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to use that property. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just set this to true. Status label, we're going to say if is flipped. So where are we doing? Status label placeholder create instance. Is that the only place? Yeah. So if is flipped, we're going to say status label dot reverse fill is equal to true. Status label dot size flags horizontal is equal to size flags dot shrink end. I think that's all I need to do. And then in my combat widget, what I'm going to do in my ready method here. Actually, do I need to do that? Status container. Actually, you know what I might do? I might just make this an export variable, because I can configure that through the editor. So I'll make that export so I don't need to call flip. Cool. So let's just do that and build. And then here in the status container here under player status, I should be able to just check flip here. Boom. All right, let's see if that works. So that should just reverse everything on the player side, which I need to actually find an encounter that will apply a status effect to me. Okay, that one's going to, so let's go ahead and see. So this one has a torch. So what we should see is that the fire icon is on the right, closest to the health globe, and then the text is to the left of that. So let's see if that works. Boom, look at that. Although there's too much space there. Why is there a bunch of space there? Label, oh, maybe this shouldn't be fill. Why is that happening? Hold on, let me try this. Custom minimum size. Why is the minimum size 22? Okay, if I do this and I do a reverse fill, oh, wait a minute. Do I only need to set the reverse fill? Interesting. That's automatically going to place it. Oh, I see. So I don't even need to change the size flags. I don't even need to change the size flags at all. I might get rid of this custom minimum size. That's not doing anything. So I think what I can do instead is I actually don't need this size flags horizontal here. Just do the reverse fill. Status label. Yeah. Let's see what that does. Presume that is why you're using C# because you use it on your day-to-day. No, I just like the structure that C# gives me. I actually use primarily JavaScript on when I'm working professionally. So yeah, but that's still TypeScript usually, so it's still got the same ideas. Just submitted my Godot project for code review. Nice, I just got that email. Thank you, Vishal. Appreciate that. In my current project, I prefer to use C# for my game's backend and on GDScript for almost all other logic. Interesting. Have I opted to use some NuGet libraries? Yes. So I'm actually using some NuGet libraries right now. Let me see what they are. I'm using NanoID. I don't remember why I'm using NanoID. Why am I using NanoID? Oh, that's for a tool that I built. Yeah. That's generating an ID for the different combat configurations. So rather than having an algorithm that builds the combat encounters, I handcraft the combat encounters and then have it choose from randomly. But those combat encounters are saved under resources, data, board configuration. And these are the combat encounter JSON here. And they've all got nano IDs associated with them. So I'm using nano ID, I'm using Newtonsoft.json, which I think might be irrelevant with modern versions of C#. But I'm also using Delinator to create Delaunay triangulation for my map. So yeah, it's definitely very useful. That said, I think you can accomplish all those things in GDScript. Like the nano ID is not that hard to port over, and I think there might even be a GDScript version of that. And I think Delaunay triangulation is actually built into the geometry class of Godot as well. So yeah, I might even be able to not use any of those NuGet packages. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. How is the vial fluid effect done, sprite sheets or otherwise? It's a texture, a scrolling texture on top of a texture progress bar texture that is scrolled with a shader. I should really, I should do a thorough... You know what I might do? Do you want to do this right now? Should I do a thorough explanation of how the liquid vial does and then clip it and upload it as a clip to my channel? I don't do like stream clips, but it might be a good one to do. Because then what I can do is I can just reference that video whenever people ask about the shader. the vial thing. Hello, pseudonym. Did I redeem the Steam key? I did, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm super busy, so I don't really have time to play any games. So I haven't played it yet, but thank you very much for sending it over. Yeah, I actually haven't played any games. I haven't played anything in the past couple of days because I've been working so much. Gonna be pulling your big hairs and regret starting the code review series. By the way, very insightful videos. I like the code review series. The code review is fun. It's fun for me to do. It's relatively easy to edit and people love it. So can't really ask for that much more, you know? Can't really ask for much more than that. Speaking of which... yeah. Anyway. I'm just looking at things. Okay. Hey, it's been a while. How are you? I'm doing well, Harsh Valaki. Thank you. If everyone is on board... Have you ever thought about doing short clips for quick tips in Godot? I have thought about that, yeah. Looks like you finally got the health club placement. I think so. I think it's good. I think it's okay where it's at right now. They seem to do well. They do. The way that I use the C# GDScript layer is that GDScript can recognize global classes defined in C# and modify its properties and call its methods. Sometimes I do have to do the other way around, but still, gotcha. Yesterday I was fiending to program something, but I couldn't think of what. Any ideas? It's a good question. Sometimes I'm in that kind of mode too. You just want to program something, but you don't have any ideas. I wish I had a good suggestion for that. I don't know. I mean, maybe just go on the itch, jam page or the jam schedule page and see if there's any game jams that are in progress right now or just recently started, and maybe just like start working on something for that, even if you don't intend on finishing it. Might be a good idea to get, might be a good way to get some ideas. Art is looking better and better every time I catch up with the VODs. Thank you. Looks great. I assume the center button is to start the battle. Yeah, I still have to figure out how to make this more visible, but you know. Anyway. But thank you, everyone. I don't think I'm going to do the clip thing right now, actually. I have enough video editing work to do right now, but I will do that at some point. I've got so many course videos to edit, and I also have more code reviews to edit, and yeah, there's a lot of work. But what we're checking is I need to get to a torch. Is there a torch? Nope. No torch there either. Good old Wild Jam and Kenny Jam are near. There's a torch. All right, please look good. Please look good. Come on. Why is that so stretched over? I don't understand. I'm gonna pause that. Remote. It looks fine in the editor, but when it gets applied in game, it just doesn't look right. This has a custom minimum size. Maybe that's the problem. Oops. 0. Is that the problem? Oh, maybe that was the problem. Does it look okay now? Yeah, it looks okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oops, what is going on? Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So now the statuses are very nicely aligned. Ooh, until it fades out. Interesting. Play fade out. These are getting their positions messed up and fade out and cue free here. Why is that happening? I don't know why this is happening. Shoot, I'm gonna have to fix this too. Working with the Godot UI is just absolutely painful sometimes. So the problem is when there's... these numbers will get shifted when this fades out. So they get shifted over. Why is that happening? I wonder if it would be as simple as changing the order of these things. Why is this happening? I think the layout is being changed. Or maybe it's the size that's changing. Let me try this. No, I don't know. Control size is equal to vector 2.0. What I'm going to do is try to grab the size first. Control size is equal to control.size. Store that. And then, what am I doing? Really? It's unassigned, but I also can't use it again. Whatever. I don't think that's going to work, but let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. I had a question, hope you don't mind me asking, as I know you're not a big user of the animation tree, animation player. If I am animating my sprite via animation player and I adjust the position and rotation slightly to simulate the player walking, how should I handle the collision shape 2D? Do I animate that to move with the animation, or is that not ideal? Yeah, so I think the way I usually do it is my collision shapes are basically just static the whole time. They're just like a bounding box, or not a bounding box, but a box centered on the player usually, and they usually don't change at all with the player animations. The only exception is that if the player goes into like a crouch state or something, or like a smaller state, then I just switch to a collision shape that matches that shape better. But yeah, I don't do any rotation of any shapes basically ever, because I don't think it's that necessary to do, and it just adds a lot of complications. So that's my answer to that. Hello, A the Ant, welcome back. What inspires me most? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how to answer questions like that. I'm sorry. I have never participated in a game jam before. Would you recommend it? Better start with a week-long jams. It depends on your level of making, like, skill making games. If you're relatively comfortable making games, then I wouldn't necessarily shy away from the short jams. But if you're still kind of learning and you need to like look up a lot of things, then the week-long jam is going to be more forgiving. You're going to be more likely to be able to finish in a week. But yeah, I mean, I think you can do the short jams too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Thought that might be the case, but wanted to check. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, I think that's right. Since I have a full-time job, I have limited time. Gotcha. Yeah, so a week long might be better then. Cool looking game. The main map reminds me of an old game called Moonstone on the Amiga. Well, thank you, Odd Concoction. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to find a torch. Yeah, I think this game is coming together. I just need to fix all these little tiny things and add more content and whatnot. Where is there a torch? Oh, there's 2 torches. Very nice. Okay. Let's see if this works. I don't want to see that shift over that number. I don't know what I'm going to do if this keeps being a problem. Oh. Shoot. I guess I'll just put this here and hope I win. Why does it keep shifting over? That's so annoying. Oh goodness, how am I gonna fix this? I don't even know why this is happening. Why is that happening? Oh. How is this being added? Hold on. Create fade group component. Wait, is this component never being added to the tree? Wait, create parent.addChild component. Oh, I see. Oh, it's just using the parent. Ooh, that would be... Okay, that explains why. So this status container... I see. So this is being converted into a fade group component, like so, and that's why it's happening. Okay, that makes sense. Aha. So I gotta figure out how to do this. Well, you know what I could do? No, I can't do that. Shoot, what am I gonna do? What I can do is I can add a pass-through control. And I think that should work, because then if I do this, fade group component, I think that will just work. Yeah, I think that'll just work. So we'll just use a pass-through control, I suppose. Mouse filter ignore, and I'll do another pass-through control down here for this one. Pass-through control, put that there. Cool. Okay, let's hope that that works. Let's hope that that works. Oh, there's a torch over there. Let's go. Torch dog torch. I might be able to just do this. Let's see. I don't really know what inspires me to, yeah. I mean, I know, obviously, like, games and whatnot can inspire me, or movies or whatever, but yeah, I don't know how to answer that question, like, in a general sense. Hello, Roll Reverse Virgin. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Hello, Louis T. Dev. Liu T. Dev. I don't know exactly how to say it. I'm sorry. Hello, Ali. Welcome. Good morning, Ariane. Nice indeed. Yes. All right. Let's see. I wasn't really paying attention. Did that work? I guess we got to go all the way back over there. Take the max health increase. Boom. Let's just smack this guy up real quick. Oh, actually, he might smack me up. Oof. He did smack me up. Okay. I'm just checking these mouse filters real quick, that's all. Ignore. Ignore. Does the combat widget have all these? That's set to ignore. That's also set to ignore. Okay, just making sure everything's set to ignore like it should be. That's all. This pass-through control may not be ignored though. It's not. Okay. All right. Very nice, very nice. Let's try it again. The former. I always get confused about what former and latter is in sentences too. So I actually don't know. I actually don't know. Louis T. Liu T or Louis T? The former is the one that comes first. What did I say? Luigi? Oh well. Oh well. Figure it out. Give me a torch. There's one. What are we making here? Right now we're just tidying up the combat widget. We're just tidying up the combat widget a little bit. All right, let's see. Just want to make sure that these status numbers don't shift when the thing fades out. They shifted again. What in the heck, man? Why isn't this working? This is annoying me. What am I supposed to do? Come on, Godot, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? I'm trying to do something very, 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 very simple, and it's just not working. And I don't know why. Fade group component, I put that here. Why won't this work? It works in the editor, but then everything gets shifted over. That is unbelievably annoying, because now I'm going to be spending an hour just trying to fix this. I do not like the Godot UI sometimes. I really don't. I'm just doing something very simple here. Oh, wait. Oh. Did I put the pass-through control in the wrong spot? Hold up. I think I put the pass-through control in the wrong spot. I think that's the order that I needed it in. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's try that. What does the torch do? So the torch applies fire, and the fire status basically after a certain number of turns will deal damage equal to the stack amount. So like, I think it's 5 turns. So whatever, so you apply 4 stacks of fire, 5 turns later, it will do 4 damage. But the thing about fire is any fire that's added, so the countdown, the turn countdown starts the first time fire is applied, and any fire that gets added to it afterwards will also explode when the turn count is over. So you could add 4 fire stacks in the first turn, and then on the 4th turn you could add like 10 more, and then on the next turn it's going to explode and deal 14 damage. So it's kind of like a damage over time, but it's also kind of a burst status as well. Poison is a much more like traditional damage over time, where it just deals damage according to the stacks that are on there. Can I get you a job? I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot. In this economy, in this day and age, yeah. The shift looked like the size of the box. Yeah, probably. Oh goodness, I should have skipped. Maybe another's being spawned. No, I think it's just the layout is getting weird. Have you considered using native AOT to export your project? I'm not familiar with that. So I guess the answer would be no then. There we go. That appears to be working. All right, let's just verify this. There we go. All right, the numbers are no longer shifting. Goodness gracious. All right, we got it. Okay, align status numbers properly. Okay. What does the big skull head on the enemy board mean? That's poison. That is yeah, poison. Okay, so I still need to reintroduce an auto resolve button. I actually don't know how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, we will think a little bit more carefully about what to do here. But yeah, in the meantime, what's in the meantime? Yeah, check out the links in the description below. My brain is so scattered today. I've got so many things going on. But when we come back, we'll work on something. Maybe we'll do something fun. I don't know. I'll have to see what I need to do. But basically all that I need to do for this is now add a auto resolve button. And then this widget will be done for the most part anyway. So if anyone has any ideas for an auto resolve button and what it could look like thematically with this, I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, if I can't think of anything, we'll probably just do something fun, like I said. So anyway, I'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Hello, welcome back to me. Won't you make a simple victory screen after combat over? Yeah, so the thing about the combat is that the combat encounters, because they're basically all risk right now, right? So if you're navigating around the map, it's obviously safer to avoid the combat encounters because you don't want to die and lose the run, right? So there are combat encounters that are inconveniently placed. Like for instance, I can't actually leave this starting point and get to the other nodes on the map without fighting at least one encounter or one combat. So sometimes they're just unavoidable, but I also want to incentivize player to engage in combat. I want to make combat the only thing that can reward the game's currency. And if you don't have currency, you can't interact with anything in the shop, right? So, and there will probably be other uses for currency as well. So I do need to have some kind of victory screen that will show you how much currency you got. But I want to also avoid, like this game, I want it to be relatively fast paced. Like I want you to jump into the combat, set up your board, go, and like with the auto resolve button, you can just auto resolve the combat if you like. And just make it super snappy. So like you can just like breeze through the game, build up your power, get to the end game sooner, right? So any victory screen would have to be like very brief, like just a very quick animation of like, here's your currency reward, you know, so on and so forth. But yeah, something like that will happen. This screen needs to be redone. Goodness gracious, there's so much work to do. Anyway, so Cool Modern Jaden says, my suggestion is maybe an ethereal looking door or something. Interesting. I wonder, that kind of gives me an idea actually. I wonder if I could just do like a little extra widget over here. I keep using the word widget, but like, I wonder if I could do like an extra, pop this up here and then do like a, nope. I don't know, do like a ring. That ring looks absolutely atrocious. Actually, I wonder if this is going to help. So if I do this, there are diagonal symmetry lines in the new version of Sprite. So is this going to help? Ooh, that's not right. Oh. Actually, that might help if I just do this correctly. Oops. Diagonal symmetry is so nice. Well, I kind of destroyed it, but... Okay, I'm almost there. Be patient with me. Be patient with me, please. So do this. Why is it so hard to make rings? What? I should have probably made this as its own. Okay, that's a little bit more sensible. Okay. Okay, well, anyway, there's no reason to go super deep on that. So do something like this. Let's move it up maybe just a little bit. That looks fine. Then we'll take this, we'll go this way. Okay. I'm doing this on the wrong layer, aren't I? He's right behind me, isn't he? Okay. Why am I not using the preview window? That looks all right. Actually, instead of making that the whole color, maybe I'll just do that. Ah, shoot. That looks all right. Okay. I don't know, something like that. The auto resolve button, I mean. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I got you. What does the shield icon mean? It means that there's shield applied. Make it spinny like a portal. Maybe. I'm curious how ethereal looking door inspired pink, purple and pink Saturn. Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if I should thicken this up over here. No. I don't know, this looks kind of bad, but that's all right. There's a way to skew the pixels, can make a circle and skew it till it looks right and trim the rest. Maybe. Lollipop, perhaps? No, it's not a lollipop. All right. The problem is getting the player to understand that these things are clickable. I still haven't solved that problem. Oh, man. I don't think it looks good. I don't think it looks good. Currently watching you as I'm procrastinating game dev. Very nice. Welcome to all procrastinators. Maybe a white outline. Yeah, there will be a highlight around it to indicate that it's clickable. Can make a tutorial overlay the first time player opens the game. Yeah, I might do something like that. Yeah, a hover effect. Forbidden lollipop. I mean, this looks okay, I guess. I mean, how are we feeling about this? It's not super good, but I wonder if I also, you know what I could do is I could make a smaller like moon here. Oops. Make a smaller moon and rotate this around. So we do like this. Something like that. Orbit that around. Take this. Okay. Just add some extra motion, really. Yeah, that might work. That might work. What's it for? This is the auto resolve button. So clicking this planet will cause the game to, or cause the combat to be auto resolved. I think that could work. So just have it, you know, like so. Have this orbit and obviously change layers. So it goes under, then it comes out, then it goes over again. And then it would be nice if I could get some kind of spinning. I don't know how I would, with just these colors, I don't know how I would give the impression of the thing spinning, but we'll try it. Okay, this preview window is in the way. So let's add these as an auto resolve. So New group. Okay, so planet. Planet ring. Planet moon. Put that behind the widget. Yeah, something like that. That'll work. Some games when you first enter the game, the screen goes transparent black, showing UI buttons and functions. Yeah, I will probably have something like that. The ring looks okay. It's the lighter one in the middle that looks a little bit odd. The lighter one in the middle. The highlight. Is that what you're referring to? Could do a Windows way where if the cursor is near a clickable element, it highlight. Granted, they'll highlight the edge, but a faded and white line could work as well. Okay. You want to just make everything an orrery, don't you? Yes, well, for this widget here, I think making it very cosmic, astronomical is sort of thematic. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's using the same color as well. I don't have an option here. There's only 3 colors here in these elements, so I don't have an option to use different colors here, stylistically. Rather spin the ring instead. I don't know how I would accomplish that either. Maybe the highlight gets weaker as it moves around to the opposite side. Well, if the light source is coming from this direction, the highlights really aren't going to change, right? More random colors to spin the spinny Saturn ring. Yeah, I could maybe do that. I'd have to have some kind of texture on that to do a spin, I think. On the issue of letting the player know it's interactable, you have a small defined palette, so you can make a palette swap shader to apply to any interactable and mouse over. Good suggestion, Toasty. I do have a way I'm doing it. I have an outline shader that I apply to things when they get hovered. So that's covered. It's just like, yeah, the question of educating the player the first time that they can click on it is really the big question. Let's see. We can see how this all looks, I guess. Then I can make changes as necessary. Maybe the stick of the moon towards Saturn. I was referring to the lighter blob of pixels toward the top of the planet. It just seems like it's very jarring compared to the ring and the planet itself. Oh, here? Oh, the lighter, these ones, the highlight pixels. Can I ask a question? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Personally love how you're making all these buttons stylized, but also feel like you're sacrificing the simplicity just having a button that says auto resolve in a stylized font. Yeah, that's true, but I think the reason I'm doing this is because all of my other encounter types are like interactive, you know what I mean? And I think I really do think that that's a good decision because I don't know, it just, even though, like, so this game is basically a pure UI game, right? There's not a whole lot of like actual like gameplay elements interacting with each other, and so making things like the upgrade here where you have to like actually click the anvil instead of clicking a button, I don't know, it makes the game feel a lot more grounded to me, like you're actually in the world, you know? If it was just a button every time, like click here to upgrade, it would be kind of like meh, you know? But with having all of these elements clickable and then like you're actually interacting with the widget here to change the game speed and then have the auto resolve button here, and it just makes the game feel a lot more like real, you know what I mean? I don't want to use the word immersive necessarily, but It feels like you're actually interacting with the things that are coming up on the screen, which I really like. It's almost got like a, almost kind of like a point and click deal, you know what I mean? So yeah, a button is definitely simpler, but I think for the style of the game, I think making, like, I'm actually trying to challenge myself not to use any traditional buttons, and I think it creates a really interesting result. Middle to the top. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Again, I can just educate the player in a tutorial. I'm using a 9-patch rect for my card frame. Would I set a custom minimum size for it so it stays the same no matter what scene it's in? Sure, yeah, I mean, I don't, unless your cards can be different sizes, I would just, yeah, set the custom minimum size, and then you're guaranteed that that card frame is never going to change sizes on you. The UX feels very late 90s or early thousands adventure games. Yeah, I think that's right, and I think it does add a little bit of charm to the game, do you know what I mean? Should end each stream with making a new card? That's a good idea. Although we're running out of time now, but I get what you mean. I think I'm just too used to showing my stuff to friends and family that don't play that many games. So I always feel people get lost if I'm not very explicit. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's one of the main concerns I have. Buttons are definitely the way to go for like a universally understandable experience of like, this element is clickable, right? So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's just try it. There's obviously some improvement that can be done here, but I'm gonna get this, what you call it. Oh no. Why isn't this not working? Thank you. Let's do auto resolve. Let's just call it auto resolve, I guess. And then the planet moon. Oh, oops. E. Get rid of that. I'm gonna need to redo these again. Okay. Auto resolve moon. Okay. Did this not go? Oh, shoot. I will get this one of these days. Don't worry about me. One of these days I will get this to work. Okay. It's missing an outline. Shoot. Okay. All right, I'll get it. Don't worry. Don't worry about me none. This art is so demanding. What have I gotten myself into? Okay. Let's try it once more. Okay, perfect. Perfect and beautiful. All right, let's figure out where to put this now. All right, hold on. I gotta close my window because, you know, it's summer and it's nice day out, which means that you got to get the yard machines going. And if you If you're not having a lawnmower running 24/7 in the summer, you're not doing summer correctly. So BRB. Okay, I'm back. One more question. How would you center the artwork on a card frame so it looks half what decent? Are you using sprites or texture rects for your artwork? You could add text above the button on hover as a nice middle ground. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Maybe I will do that actually. Sorry, 1 second. Texture rect. So there's texture rect options that you can use to center the art. So I would do that. He's texting all of his girlfriends. Not far off, actually. What's the difference between a sprite and texture rect? A texture rect is a control element, which means that it'll be part of a control flow. So it's good for doing like icons that need to be part of a flow in your UI. So that's the main difference. What I would probably do, honestly, real cruda, is I would probably just use a sprite 2D for the card art, and then just position that in such a way that I can change the texture and it will always be centered. That would be my preference though. You'll notice that I'm using sprite 2Ds in this widget quite heavily, even though it's also got some control elements. And that's because the widget does need to be part of the flow, but also it's just a lot easier to position and animate sprite 2Ds as opposed to control nodes. So I've got all these little tiny items here that would just be a nightmare to do with texture rects and whatnot. So I'm just using sprites and throwing those in there, and that's how it's working. Okay, let's do a sprite 2D. Auto resolve. We'll put this behind the widget. Let's drag this on. If you have one girlfriend and you are texting her, you are texting all of your girlfriends. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Big if true. That's a big if. Yeah. It might surprise you to know that I am not much of a player. You are welcome, real cruda. All right, so let's see. Now I got to figure out where I actually put this. So, okay. I almost got it right the first time. I think that's right. So we got the highlight there, this one, and then this. Highlight there, this one, and then this. Yeah. Does it need to be moved over one more? Can't exactly tell. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's got to be an easier way to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, that's right. Right. Okay. Cool. So that's in the exact right position that it needs to be in. So we'll lock that. Let's do another sprite 2D. We'll do the auto resolve moon here. We'll start it there. Maybe there. And we'll animate this with an animation player. Auto resolve animation player. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's do auto resolve moon animation player. New default. Okay. Okay. Add track. Well, let's do this actually. take this position here, do that. Okay, and then we'll turn on recording, and I'll just move this in accordance with how I want. Oops. Already doing it wrong. Okay, auto resolve moon there. I want it to be like out here. It's a little bit wonky, but that's all right. Probably needs to be further back. Okay. Now check this out. Auto resolve, we're going to do visibility, or no, ordering, no. Show behind parent, we're going to keyframe that. We're going to go all the way over here. And then right here, we're going to do show behind parent here. Look at that. Now it's rotating. It's obviously too fast though, so I'm just going to change this animation speed scale. Pretty nice, right? Not bad at all. Actually, I just realized that I probably could have done that for this down here, but whatever. It's fine. Not bad at all, right? Okay. So I'm curious to see what that actually looks like in game before adding any functionality to it. Doesn't seem that smooth. Well, it's not. What do you mean? Like it's not going to be smooth because of the low pixel resolution. Oh, it's also not playing by default. Neat, thank you. It's midnight here. Very cool UI progress though. Thank you. So there's what it looks like in game. And then I'll make it so that I can highlight this, obviously. That's pretty cool, actually. If I do say so myself. Let's go to an actual combat encounter and see what that looks like. I'm going to want to animate that in as well. So this is going to fade in, and then this is going to come out when the combat is pressed. Need some easing? Maybe. Hello, Esteban. I stumbled upon your channel. I'm a 3D artist and I always wanted to make games. I'm buying your Vampire Survivors like tutorial, but I'm quite new in pixel art. Well, the thing about the course is that we use the pre-made Kenny assets, so you won't have to worry about pixel art there. We don't actually make the art during the course because I'm mostly just teaching the technicals of how to build the game. But yeah, thank you and appreciate your support, and I hope you like it. Do you have a story for this game? Not yet. Do I recommend stick to 3D or do some pixel art first? I can't make a recommendation there because I don't do any 3D work. I will say that learning pixel art is a lot easier than you might think it is, especially if you already have an art background. And it's very quick once you get proficient at pixel art. It's very quick to create the assets that you need for your game. I mean, the whole reason I learned pixel art is because I wanted to be able to make my games solo and make them look presentable. And it's also relatively little effort compared to other art styles. So yeah. But yeah, I can't recommend one way or another what you should do, but that's kind of what I think about it. All right, so we need to animate this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to create another control here, and I'm going to wrap this in that control. We call it auto resolve container, I suppose. We'll set this to ignore, maybe not ignore. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. Is this going to ruin the animation? I think it might. Not. Oh no, the position is relative to its parent, right? So it's fine. Okay, so what I'll do is I will make this basically, actually, okay, whatever. This position is 104. This should be, oh yeah, the position is going to be weird. Okay, that's fine. And then this is how big? 27 by 27. So make that 27 by 27. And so there's our auto resolve container. I'll just plop that in there. So this should have a position of 1313. That makes sense. So now I can take this auto resolve container. I'm actually going to add, let me think. I guess I could just move this whole thing. Yeah, so this auto resolve here, what I'll do is let's make that not centered. Actually, I think that's a little bit easier. Ooh. Oops, that ruined that. That should be relatively easy to fix. I think I just need to add 13 to this. Right? Or subtract 13. What did I do? Oh, wait. Nope. So I gotta add 13 to both. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, fixed that. Cool. All right, so the auto resolve container now. So I need to animate this. Let's create a couple of private methods. Okay, let's grab the auto resolve container. Node private control auto resolve container. Let's also grab this auto resolve there. Node private sprite 2D auto resolve. Show auto resolve. I'm going to do auto resolve container dot mouse filter is equal to control mouse filter dot stop, and then we're going to turn this to ignore here. That's fine. Create tween dot tween property auto resolve property name sprite 2D dot property name dot position. We're going to do new vector 2 -1 -1, or no, -1 1 times, let's just do 32. Oh wait, show auto resolve. I'll figure out how to do this later. Okay, then hide auto resolve, we're basically going to go, this actually needs to change. So this needs to be vector 2.0. Okay. Auto resolve dot, let's just do this. Private void force hide auto resolve. Ignore. Oh, look at that. Auto resolve dot visible is equal to true. Between callback, callable dot from, auto resolve dot visible equals false. Okay, and here force hide auto resolve. Okay, change to speed disk. In here we're going to show auto resolve. Actually, where is this being called? Change to speed disk. That's being handled in the start combat pressed. State combat. You know what I'm going to do? When I enter the state combat, we're going to do combat widget change to speed disk, show auto resolve. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. Feels jittery as it jumps from pixel to pixel. Well, yeah, that's going to happen because it's a low pixel resolution. It's exactly my approach to do it all by myself. You're welcome. You are welcome. Do you have a gist or anything with your state machine implementation? It's available on my GitHub, GitHub Firebelly Godot utilities. I'll link it here. Here's my delegate state machine. Oh yeah, that's true too. There's also a GDScript version, but that's the C# version. The card scene looks presentable now. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. Is this Copilot suggestions? It is, yes. Alex Define. Welcome, by the way. All right, let's see if this works. So as soon as I start the combat, there's our auto resolve button. That auto resolve is going a little bit quick. So I'm going to change the show auto resolve here. Let's do 0.75. We can make it a little bit lazier. It doesn't matter. Okay, but when we play slide out, what we're going to want to do is play fade out. Oh, that's going to have to be faded out too. That's okay. We'll have to add a fade out to that. Goodness gracious. But first, I should probably handle those mouse events. So auto resolve container dot mouse entered on auto resolve container mouse entered, mouse exited, solve container dot GUI input on auto resolve container GUI input. I don't think I need to do that. I don't need to do that. So now I need to show, yeah, I need a canvas group, auto resolve. I'm going to call this planet, get rid of this, rename this to auto resolve. Okay. So now I can add the outline. Canvas group outline. There's my outline there. Oh, do I need to apply the material to it dynamically? I think I do. Shoot, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Private canvas group. Well, let's just do material, canvas group, outline material. This is a canvas group now. Okay. All right. Auto resolve dot canvas group, or no, dot material is equal to canvas group outline material. Auto resolve dot material is equal to null. Okay. What am I even doing? I guess we can just see if that much works. We'll see if that much works. So that's not work, or, ooh. Do I have some errors? Why can't I click? Interesting. What did I do wrong here? This auto resolve container, mouse filter is ignore. Okay. Why did that break all of a sudden? Oh, very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I should be able to at least change these, but that's not working. Let's see if it highlights when I'm in the combat. Oops. Okay, so we've got this highlighting now, so that's good. So it's working as expected. I don't know why I can't change... Why can I not change the speed disk stuff anymore? What happened? Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? I've decided I'm going to participate in the next Godot Wild Jam. I heard you guys talk about it a lot about game jams, and I want to try it too. Awesome. Good luck, Emerson. It's fun. I think you'll like it. Next one starts tomorrow. I think I can handle the Godot workflow pretty well now, but I still have a hard time finishing projects. Yeah, it's a really great way to learn how to finish projects, that's for sure. Absolutely sure. Okay. Why can I not click this anymore? I'm going to try something here. Go here. I'll go into my remote scene tree. Wherever my widget is. I'm going to hide the auto resolve container. Still no mouse events. What in the heck? I don't remember changing anything here. I don't remember changing anything. Always something, you know what I'm saying? It's always something. Mouse ignore parent container. Yeah, I checked the mouse ignores. I think they're okay. Oh, you know what? Why is this happening? I'll check if the areas are pickable, I suppose. Yeah, it's got pickable on. I guess we'll just check the mouse filter on all these. The mouse filter is ignore on basically everything, so I don't know what's going on here. Why am I not allowed to pick these things anymore? It's not due to the auto-resolve container position, is it? Might change this position to be like 1,000. No? I don't know what's going on. That was working. I don't know why it broke. Okay, well. Godot is not going to like this, but let's do this. Git stash. I'm just going to go back to what I had before I started working on all this and see if that is... No, it doesn't work here either. Okay, I thought that was working at some point. I don't know why that's not, but it's good that none of my work modified that, I suppose. Didn't you change the auto-resolve to a state? It just came here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not a problem with the auto-resolve specifically. It's just that I can't interact with some of the things anymore. Like, I can't spin the dial here from the inventory screen, which I don't know why, because I was able to do that. I mean, the only other thing I could think of is there's something in my drawer UI that still doesn't have a mouse filter of ignore. Huh. I don't know why it's happening. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's the overlay texture. Let me try something here. If I take this overlay texture inside of the drawer UI and I turn that off. Nope, it's not that. Okay, well that's good. Huh, I'm gonna have to investigate that. Why is that not working? That's very strange. Very strange indeed. It's very strange indeed. Force change to speed disk. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. Needle in a haystack, yeah. Check UI debugger. Maybe it has to do with the shader. Shouldn't be the shader, no. Should you need to spin the dial from the inventory screen? Well, you don't need to be able to do it, but I figured if it doesn't take any effort to support, then might as well let the player change the speed there. But otherwise I'd have to hide it and it would just be like a big blank space. So how can I get better at GDScript? I feel like I'm struggling on intermediate advanced concepts. Well, I think you just have to practice and work through the struggle. As unsatisfying as that advice sounds, that's really the advice, is you just gotta figure out what you're struggling with and work through it and not get discouraged. Figure out what your ultimate block is and learn. But if you have specific concepts that you're struggling to learn, maybe I can help out some more. Okay, well, I'm going to commit what I have, initial work, auto resolve, because it's time for me to go get some lunch. Probably good to take a break from this anyway. I have more work to do. Got to record some more course videos, goodness gracious. But yeah, if you have a follow-up question, Mallow, I'll be happy to answer it. So anyway, in the meantime, please check out the links in the description below. Yeah, I do make courses. I've got a C# course and a GDScript course. So maybe I'd recommend that to you if you've got the Survivor style course, which is in GDScript, is geared toward it's geared toward more intermediate game developers, because I teach you how to use the composition pattern and all that kind of stuff. And the idea is we make a full game from scratch. So by the end of the course, you have a game that's complete in terms of like it's got a full game loop and you can build it and send it around. So it is on Udemy. So definitely check it out. I'd recommend watching some of the preview lessons that are free before purchasing it to see if it's something that you'd like. But yeah, I came here to do procrastination and got some inspiration. Thanks. You're welcome. Are you working on a new course? Do you mind if I ask what it's about? Yeah, I have a new course in the works. It's an online cooperative multiplayer course. So it'd be involving a lot of networking. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for your support. Again, check out the links in the description below for all the ways you can support me. And I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, bye-bye everyone.